Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into some interesting political events that have caught a lot of attention recently. We're talking about Vice President Kamala Harris's comments regarding Hispanic men, her response to someone yelling "Jesus is Lord" at her rally, and how Ohio Senator J.D. Vance handled a similar outburst at his own campaign rally. There's a lot to unpack here, so let's jump right in. First up, let's talk about Kamala Harris's recent statements about Hispanic men. Vice President Harris outlined a series of initiatives aimed at addressing some of the specific challenges facing Hispanic men in America. This isn't just about immigration policy, but broader efforts that include economic empowerment, education, and criminal justice reform. Now let's move on to an interesting moment that took place during one of Kamala Harris's recent rallies. In the middle of her speech, someone in the audience yelled out, "Jesus is Lord." Harris chose to say, "They were at the wrong rally."
Because ours is a fight for the future, and it is a fight for freedom. For freedom. Like the fundamental freedom of a woman to make decisions about her own body and not have her government tell her what to do. And again, we're not going to be gaslighted on this. We remember Donald Trump hand-selected 3 members of the United States Supreme Court with the intention that they would undo the protections of Roe v. Wade, and they did as he intended. Oh, you guys are at the wrong rally. No, I think you meant to go to the smaller one down the street. Come on.
This incident raises an interesting question. How should public figures respond when religious or political slogans are thrown into a non-religious event? We've seen other politicians handle these situations differently. And speaking of that, let's compare this to a similar moment that took place at Senator J.D. Vance's rally. In an almost identical situation, someone in the audience yelled, "Christ is King." But Vance took a very different approach. Instead of brushing it off, he decided to acknowledge it head-on, saying something like, "Indeed he is," and even took a brief pause to let the moment sink in.
Anti-Christian rhetoric and anti-Christian approach to public policy. I don't think that we've, that's right, Jesus is King, and I don't think that we've seen.
This really highlights the contrast in style between the two. Harris making fun of her situation. Vance, on the other hand, embraced the moment, knowing that it would likely resonate with his core supporters. Both strategies are valid depending on the audience they're speaking to, but they send very different messages. These contrasting moments also tell us a lot about the cultural and political divides in the country. One politician's response to a religious statement could be seen as out of touch, while another's full embrace of that same sentiment could be seen as pandering or exclusionary to others. At the end of the day, both Harris and Vance made choices that reflect their political strategies and the audiences they're speaking to. Whether you prefer one over the other might just depend on where you stand on the broader issues of faith and politics in America. We close today's video with the verse of the day, 1 Corinthians 10:23-24. Everything is permissible, but not everything is beneficial. Everything is permissible, but not everything is constructive. Nobody should seek his own good, but the good of others. All right, that's it for today's video. What do you think about how Kamala Harris and J.D. Vance handled these moments? Do you think one approach was better than the other? Let me know in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe.